Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jam Vishnupad Paramans Parivraj Gajarya Sto Darshat His Divine Grace Ave Charana Arvind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Nidai Gaur Premanande Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 9, the Bhishma Stuti, the prayers by Bhishma Deva, text number 33. So these prayers by Bhishma Deva, they are in a different meter. They are not like regular verses, the Bhagavatam verses we sing. So let us try if we can sing in it's a different style. Not usually we use that. Okay, let us try this. Tribhuvan kamanam thamale varanam rabhikar gaur varambaram dadane anakamanam thamale varanam rabhikar gaur varambaram dadane Tribhuvan kamanam thamale varanam rabhikar gaur varambaram dadane Tamale Varanam Ravikar Gaur Varambaram Dadane Vabur Alak Kula Vritan Nabajam Vijaya Sakhe Radhirastu Me Anavadya Vabur Alak Kula Vritan Nabjam Vijaya Sakhe Radhirastu Me Anavadya Vabur Alak Kula Vritan Nabjam Vijaya Sakhe Rathirastu Me Anavadya Kula Vritan Nabjam Vijaya Sakhe Rathirastu Me Anavadya. Okay, little difficult. We can try one more time. It should be more like in a singing style. Tribhuvan gamanam thamale varanam rabhikar gaur varambaram dadane Vabore alak kulavratan nabjam vijay sakhe rathirastu me anavadya Kulavritan nabjam vijay sakhe radhirastu me anavadya. One more last time. Tribhuvan gamanam thamale varanam rabhigare gaur varambaram dadane rabhigare gaur varambaram dadane Babur alak Kulavritan nabjam vijay sakhe radhirastu me anavadya Kulavritan nabjam vijay sakhe radhirastu me anavadya. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Sri Krishna is the intimate friend of Arjuna. He has appeared on this earth in his transcendental body, which resembles the bluish color of the Tamala tree. His body attracts everyone in the three planetary systems, upper, middle, and lower. May his glittering yellow dress and his lotus face covered with paintings of sandalwood pulp be the object of my attraction, and may I not desire fruitive results. Please repeat the translation. Sri Krishna is the intimate friend of Arjuna. He has appeared on this earth in his transcendental body, which resembles the bluish color of the Tamala tree. His body attracts everyone in the three planetary systems, upper, middle, and lower. May his glittering yellow dress and his lotus face, covered with paintings of sandalwood pulp, be the object of my attraction, and may I not desire fruitive results. Purport. When Sri Krishna, by his own internal pleasure, appears on earth, he does so by the agency of his internal potency. The attractive features of his transcendental body are desired in all the three worlds, namely the upper, middle, and lower planetary systems. Nowhere in the universe are there such beautiful bodily features as those of Lord Krishna. Therefore, his transcendental body has nothing to do with anything materially created. Arjuna is described here as the conqueror, and Krishna is described as his intimate friend. Bhishma Deva, on his bed of arrows, after the battle of Kurukshetra, is remembering the particular dress of Lord Krishna, which he put on as the driver of Arjuna's chariot. While fighting was going on between Arjuna and Bhishma, Bhishma's attraction was drawn by the glittering dress of Krishna, and indirectly he admired his so-called enemy. Arjuna, possessing the Lord as his friend, Arjuna was always a conqueror because the Lord was his friend. Bhishma Deva takes this opportunity to address the Lord as Vijaya Sakhe, friend of Arjuna, because the Lord is pleased when he is addressed conjointly with his devotees, who are related with him in different transcendental humors. While Krishna was the charioteer of Arjuna, sun rays glittered on the dress of the Lord, and the beautiful hue created by the reflection of such rays was never forgotten by Bhishma Deva. As a great fighter, he was relishing the relation of Krishna in the chivalrous humor. Transcendental relation with the Lord in any one of the different rasas, humors, is relishable by the respective devotees in the highest ecstasy. Less intelligent mundaners who want to make a show of being transcendentally related with the Lord artificially jump at once to the relation of conjugal love, imitating the damsels of Vrindavan. Such a cheap relation with the Lord exhibits only the base mentality of the mundaner, because one who has relished conjugal humor with the Lord cannot be attracted to worldly conjugal rasa, which is condemned even by mundane ethics. The eternal relation of a particular soul with the Lord is evolved. A genuine relation of the living being with the Supreme Lord can take any form out of the five principal rasas, and it does not make any difference in transcendental degree to the genuine devotee. Bhishma Deva is a concrete example of this, and it should be carefully observed how the great general is transcendentally related with the Lord. This is the Bhakti Vedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanachalakaya Chakshurunmilidam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Natinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Bhashyadadeshadarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone for this discussion. We have been discussing this Bhishma Stuti, beautiful prayers. So in the last verse, just to build the connection here, what is happening. So we read that Bhishma Deva, when lying on the bed of arrows, when he saw Krishna, after describing on various topics to Yudhishthir Maharaj, and finally at one point he decided to focus on Krishna. And that is the verse we read. Iti mati upkalpita vitrishna. Iti mati upkalpita. So Bhishma Deva was praying, let me now invest my thinking, feeling and willing. My mati should be on Krishna, free from all other desires. And which Krishna, what Krishna? So the description of Krishna has been described in this verse. When he's fixing his mind, his consciousness on Krishna, and he's looking at Krishna, and now he is glorifying Krishna, he is remembering Krishna. So how is glorifying Krishna and focusing on that form of Krishna? Tribhuvan kamanam tamal varnam ravikar gaur varam varam dadane. So the Krishna who is Tribhuvan kamanam, who is desired by everyone in the Tribhuvan, on the all three planetary system. He is so attractive, that nobody is attractive like Krishna in the three planetary system. Everybody gets attracted towards Krishna's beauty. Upper, lower, upper and middle planetary system. So everybody desires Krishna directly or indirectly. Naturally, devotees, they naturally want Krishna. They want to see the beauty of Krishna, they want to serve Krishna, but even the non-devotees, they don't know, but they are also attracted by Krishna. So we know that the definition of Bhagavan given by Parashar Muni, the six opulence, Shad Aishwarya Purnam. Krishna is all the opulences. Right? Aishwaryasya, Samagrasya, Virya, Yasha, Shriya, Jnana, Vairagya. Six opulences. Now naturally everybody is attracted to these opulences in this material world. Even a non-devotee also. And in fact, everybody in this material world is trying to acquire one of those opulence or all of the opulence. Everyone in this world. Right? And that is how, when we see some movies, in the movie there is a hero. So hero is shown as a hero. There has to be some quality of a hero. Right? They are all copied from Krishna. Should be very powerful, very brave. Krishna is all powerful. Should be handsome, very attractive. Then that is when you can say that he is the hero of the movie. So Krishna is all attractive, Krishna is all powerful, is famous. So like that people try to, imitate Krishna indirectly. Because Krishna's qualities, Krishna's opulences are so attractive. So that is what is said here. Tribhuvan kamanam. That in the three planetary system, everybody desires Krishna. Which Krishna? So now here, Bhishma Deva is fixing his mind on this form of Krishna's beauty. Right? So Bhishma Deva, he is on his deathbed practically. He is about to leave this world. And he understands that what should be his consciousness. It is confirmed in the Srimad Bhagavatam, and Krishna also confirms in the Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavatam says, Etavan Sankhya Yoga Bhyam Swadharma Parinishtaya Janma Labha Parapumsam Ante Narayana Smritihi. That is the goal of life. Etavan Sankhya Yoga Bhyam. Whatever you do, you practice Sankhya, you practice yoga, you practice Swadharma, nicely doing your duties. Ultimately, the perfection of all of that is Janma Labha Parapumsam. And the perfection of this human form of life is Ante Narayana Smritihi. If you can remember the Supreme Lord at the time of death. So Bhishma Deva understand this, and then he is remembering Krishna's form. And which form he is remembering? That has been described here. So Krishna also confirms this in the Bhagavad Gita 8.5. What is the verse? Anybody remembers? Famous verse. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajati ante kalevaram tam tam evati gondeya sada tad bhava bhavida. So whatever state of being, the consciousness at the time of death, that state of being one will attain. Antagale cha mameva smarana muktva kalevaram. So that is the goal. So the goal of life should be that how can I remember Krishna in the time of death? For that, it's a lifetime project. Every day we have to practice. So Bhishma Deva is a great devotee and he is remembering the Lord. And what he is remembering the Lord? Tribhuvana Kamanam Tamalavaranam. Saying the Lord who is Tamalavaranam, meaning that his bodily hue is bluish like the Tamala tree. So it is very difficult to describe Krishna's bodily complexion. Somebody go and see the Tamala tree. Say it doesn't look like blue. It is black. Trees are generally like little blackish or little grayish, like light black. It is not bluish. So it is very difficult to conceive what exactly the complexion of Krishna. But for understanding, for all of us, some comparison is given. Krishna is Meghasham, like newly born cloud, like that. So newly born cloud, somebody says that, oh, it is bluish. Somebody says it is blackish. Somebody says it is grayish. Right? What is Krishna's exact color? So we say Krishna is blue. Somebody says, no, Krishna is Meghasham. Here it is said is Tamal Varanam, like a Tamala tree. So the point is, if we don't understand all of this, we should understand one thing is, Krishna is very attractive. And that is what is trying to describe here through all this. So now Bhishma Deva is remembering Tribhuvana Gamanam Tamal Varanam. So Krishna's bodily hue, which is blackish like a Tamala tree, and then Ravikar Gaur Varam Varam Dadane. So Krishna is wearing the dress, yellow dress, Pitambar, right? So here it said Ravikar. Ravi means the sun. So when Krishna is dressed in the yellow, and then on top of that there is Ravikar, the sun rays are falling. Ravikar Gauravara. Gaur means golden. So when we say that early morning when the sun rises, right, then golden rays of the sun, which is falling on Krishna's dress, which is already yellow, but now on top of that there is some yellow rays are falling, which is golden color. Ravikar Gaur Vara Ambara, and a dress is Ambara. Ambara means a dress. He is putting onto the dress, which is golden complexion, glittered by the golden sun rays. So that is making him even more attractive. Krishna is already attractive, Pitambara, Tamala Varnam, but on top of that, the sun rays are also falling on his dress. So that is making him even more attractive, right? And then Alag Kul Avrata, his Vapu Alag Kula Avrata, his body, which is Kula Avrata, covered. His face is covered with this. Because the Bhishma Deva, he is in Viryaras. So he is not remembering that Shyam Sundar form. Of course, Krishna is Shyam Sundar. But the devotee, based on his rasa, based on his relationship with the Lord, he remembers the Lord's form. So Bhishma Deva, though Krishna now, he is not in that form. Now Krishna may be like royally dressed at this point when Bhishma Deva is seeing him. But he is not focusing on that form, he is remembering the form which he saw in the battlefield. Prabhupada is writing here that when Arjuna and Bhishma was fighting, Bhishma has one advantage. Arjuna was standing behind the Krishna. Krishna was the charioteer driver. So Arjuna cannot see Krishna's face. But Bhishma Deva was fighting on the opposite party. So Bhishma could see Krishna's beautiful form and is remembering that form when Krishna is fighting, because he is naturally attracted to that form because he is in the Viryaras, chivalrous form. So he is remembering that. Then when he was fighting, and then he was Tamal Varanam, Ravikar Gauravar, the yellow dress, and then sun rays are falling, right? And then his face is covered with his curly locks of hair, and like that he is remembering. And he says, Vijaya Sakhe Ratiras Tume Anavadya. Then Krishna, who is Vijaya Sakhe, is not addressing him as Krishna. Who is Vijaya? Arjuna is addressed here as Vijay. Prabhupada explains that Arjuna has been always the victorious. Always Arjuna has been the conqueror. Reason? Krishna was his friend. Nobody can defeat. So his another name is Vijay. So how Bhishma Dev is addressing him? Vijay Sakhe. He is remembering, and Prabhupada is explaining, the Lord is more pleased when Lord is addressed in relationship with his devotee. So that is the principle. So he's remembering, and he's also glorifying Arjuna also, appreciating Arjuna. Prabhupada is saying the so-called enemy, though he's acting like an enemy fighting with Arjuna, but everybody knows that Bhishma has so much love for Arjuna, for all the Pandavas for that matter. The so-called enemy, he is actually glorifying Arjuna also. Vijay Sakhe, that Arjuna, Krishna is your Sakha. And he is addressing Krishna also, that the friend of Arjuna. Rati astu, in that Lord, may Rati astu, my attraction be reposed upon him. And what? What kind of attraction? Anvadya, without desire for fruitive results. I don't want anything. I just want to fix my consciousness on Krishna. So this is the prayer. Trivana kamanam tamal varanam ravigargor varam varam dadane. That Lord in the battlefield, who is dressed in yellow garments, and then the sun rays are falling, which is making him even more attractive. His dress is more glittering, right? And he is remembering this particular form because this Bhishma Deva is in particularly the Viryaras. So that is the understanding, right? And we know that how Bhishma, we discussed already about in detail about Bhishma Dev. He was such a great hero, such a great fighter, right? And they are in Veeras. Veeras means the Kshatriyas are generally like very brave. They cannot tolerate any insult, any injustice like that. So one time when there's Duryodhana, he goes and he kind of blames Bhishma Deva that I know that you are not fighting to best of your ability because you naturally have the affection for the Pandavas, though you are fighting from our side, but you are not doing justice. So like that he blamed him. So immediately he was furious. Because Kshatriya, if somebody comes and blames and points out on his integrity, that he not being loyal to us, though you are on our team, but he is supporting their team, like that. So immediately the Kshatriya blood came, and then Bhishma Deva says that, okay, if you think like that, then tomorrow I take this vow that tomorrow, he took out the 5 arrows, says tomorrow all the 5 Pandavas will be finished with these 5 arrows. This is what is my pratigya. And we know that how Bhishma Deva is famous for his pratigya once he takes. That is why he was Bhishma, right? So Duryodhana was very happy. Duryodhana says, okay, give me these 5 arrows. Tomorrow morning I'll bring. Duryodhana went back, very happy. News spread in the camp that Bhishma Deva had taken the vow to finish tomorrow all the 5 Pandavas. Krishna was in tension. Krishna did not have intention, but Krishna is naturally very anxious about the protection of his devotees. So then Krishna has to devise a plan. He called Arjuna. And then he reminded Arjuna that one pending boon. So he told Arjuna that you should go, because there is a history that one time all these Pandavas and then Kauravas, so these Kauravas were taking bath in one of the river, one of the pond, which was exclusively reserved for some Gandharvas or someone like that. So when the Gandharvas came and they say, hey, you mortal beings, get lost from here. Why are you taking bath in this? So Duryodhana was like always thought of himself like very powerful warrior, and he was also a little egoistic. Without realizing that who are these people, he says, who are you? You get lost, like that. So this Gandharva, Chitraratha, they are very powerful. So immediately they captured this Duryodhana, and none of those Kauravas could release him. They are in trouble. And that time, this Pandavas were, in their Vanvas. So these Kauravas were helpless. They thought what to do. And then they knew that Pandavas are staying close by. So immediately they rushed to the Yudhishthir Maharaj, please help. And then Yudhishthir Maharaj told Arjuna and Bhima that go and, because if some outsider is attacking, then they should count us 105. They might be 100 and we are 5. But if some outsider is attacking on us, we are all one family. So it is our duty to protect. So then Arjuna protected this Duryodhana that time. And Duryodhana was very happy. And he says, okay, ask me something what you want. He says, okay, I will ask you right time. So now Krishna reminds him that, okay, go to Duryodhana and ask that pending boon. So the Arjuna goes there, and then Arjuna asks Duryodhana that, okay, I want that burning ring. He said, what do you want? He said, give me those 5 arrows. And he took away the 5 arrows. And the next day, when Bhishma Deva comes, he asked Duryodhana, give me those 5 arrows. He said, it's not there. And then still, anyway, long story short, this Bhishma Deva was in a Veera Ras. So naturally, his attraction towards Krishna is in that Veera Ras. So he's remembering that form of Krishna when he was fighting with Arjuna, the Bhishma and Arjuna was fighting, and Krishna was there on the battlefield. So that form is remembering. And then he's saying, Tamal Varanam. His form is very beautiful, is very attractive. It is bluish like the Tamala tree. So that description comes in so many places that Krishna's body is bluish. Anybody remember the famous verse that we sing every day? Should all know this. It describes Krishna's bodily hue is bluish. Nobody remembers. Okay, I'll give you. When do you sing? Every day we sing around morning 7:30. Vedom Kvanantam Aravindalayadaksham Bharahavatamsam Asit Ambuddha Sundarangam. So this is what is Krishna's Sundarangam. Krishna's bodily hue is Asit Ambud. Ambu means the cloud. So newly formed cloud. That is the beauty of Krishna. Tamal Varanam, Asitambudangam, Sundarangam. Like that. So Krishna's beauty is, Bhagavatam also explains, it is confirmed again and again that Krishna, here it is called Tamal Varanam. Another place it is called Asitambud, newly formed cloud. Another place it is called Shamavarna. So this is a beautiful verse which actually kind of similar verse to what we are reading, explaining Krishna's beauty. From the 10th canto, so this verse says like this. Let me read this. Shyamam hiranya baridhim vanamalya varha dhatu pravala nadaveshamana vratamse vinyasta hastam mitirena dhunanamabjam karnodpala lakakapola mukhabjahasam. So that verse explains Krishna's beauty. Shyamam hiranya paridhim. Krishna's complexion is Shyamam. His complexion was dark blue. And Hiranya Paridhim, his paridhan, his garments, his dress is Hiranya. Hiranya means golden. Same we are reading here, right? Ravikare Gauravara Ambar Dadane. Here also it is said, Shyamam Hiranya Paridhim Vanamalya Varha Dhatu Pravala. Krishna is decorated. How is decorated? Vanmala, forest flower ka garland. Varha, dhatu, pravala. Peacock feather is there. Varha, vadamsam. And then there's some colored minerals in the decoration. And then spring of flower birds and a garland of forest flowers and leaves. And natavesham anavratamse. He's dressed like a natavesham. Natavesham means dramatic dancer or actor. Natak karne wala. So on a stage somebody goes with all dressed nicely and like that. So it's fully decorated nicely. That is Krishna's beauty has been described. He are dressed just like a dramatic dancer. And then how is standing? When Yasta Hastam is not standing straight also. He's standing in full style. What is the style? Vinyasta hastam. Hastam, hand is, he is putting his hand, rested one hand upon the shoulder of a friend. That is how Krishna stands always. Here it is Balramji standing. But Krishna is also like that, in one hand flute and one hand rested on the another friend's shoulder. Vinyasta hastam itarena dunanam abjam. And then in one hand, one hand is like this, another hand with the other twirled a lotus, rotating one lotus. Full style. That is how Krishna. So all this style also makes Krishna very attractive. He doesn't stand straight. He's always Tribhangi form. Right? That makes him more attractive. Where the three bend are there, one is on the neck, one is on the waist, one is on the ankle. So he's always stand like that. Why he can't stand straight? That is Krishna's style. Krishna is attractive. Right? And then Kadnot Palalaka Kapola Mukhabjahasam. Then lilies graced his ears, and his hair hung down over his cheeks, and his lotus-like face was smiling. Mukha Abja Hasam. Mukha, Abja means lotus, Mukharvind or lotus face, is Hasam, always smiling. So that is what is Krishna's beauty. So a little bit, what we are reading here, Tamala Varnam, Ravi Karigor Varambaram Dadane. So this is Krishna's beauty. Another, these gopis, when they hear in the 10th canto, the Krishna plays the flute, immediately it attracts the mind of the gopis in the night. As soon as they hear, they become restless. They can't control their emotion. They, first of all, very privately, they started discussing among the ladies. Oh, Krishna is playing flute, so attractive and all that. And then beyond that, they couldn't control and they goes. Right? So there, the gopis are actually talking and describing the Krishna's beauty. There's also a beautiful verse which explains Krishna's beauty. Why we are reading all of this is, see, when we come in front of the Lord for darshan, sometimes we don't know like what to say. We are blank. Something will say, Krishna, Hare Krishna, something. But we can learn from all these verses from the Bhagavatam that we should glorify the Lord through these verses. If we can memorize, we can learn, beautiful. And that helps us to absorb our consciousness into Krishna's beauty like that. If we learn all this, like, this verse today what we are reading, Tribhuvan Kamanam, Tamal Varanam, Ravikar Gauravar, Ambaram Dadane. So when we come, we can remember just like that. Krishna, you are all attractive. Tribhuvanam. Why that attraction is not coming to me? Why I am not getting attracted to you? You are all attractive. You are Tamal Varanam. So like that. So these gopis are glorifying Krishna through this verse. Anybody remembers what is that famous verse? I can give you some hint. Varha Pidam. Varha Pidam Nadavaravapu Karnayor Karnikaram Vibradvasa Kanakakapisham Vajantim Chamalam Randran Venoradar Sudayor Apuryan Gopavrinde Vrindaranyam Sopadaramanam Pravishad Gita Kirtihi. So these gopis, they are singing the Kirti of Krishna. What Krishna? Pravishat, when he is entering, Pravesh Karna. Where he is entering? Vrindaranyam. Aranya means the forest. Then forest of Vrindavan, when he is entering, Swapadaramanam. He is walking on his feet in the Vrindavan. Praveshati Geet Kirti with his friends. And that Krishna, Varha Pidam, Nadavaravapu, that his hairs are decorated with peacock feathers, Varha Pidam, Nadavaravapu, standing like a dancer, Nadavar, his body like three-fold bending form. Karnayor Karnikaram, and then earrings, the shark-shaped earrings. Karnayor Karnikaram, that earrings is also shark-shaped. And then Karnikaram, Marhapidam Nadavarapu, Karnayor Karnikaram, Vibradvasa Kanakakabhisham. His Vasha, Vesh, his dress is Kanakakabhisham. Kanak means gold, golden dress. Same description again. Kanakakabhisham, Vajantim Jamalam. And then he is decorated with a mala. What mala? Vajanti mala. And then what he is doing? Randhran Venur. His Venu, his flute. Randhra means the hole. Randhran Venur Adhar Sudhayor. He is filling the holes of the flute with Adara Sudha. Sudha means the honey. From the honey of his lotus lips. He is blowing those holes. Randran Venur Adara Sudhayor. Apurian. Purian means pour karna. Filled, swilling the holes of the flute with the nectar of his lotus lips. Adara Sudhayor. Purian Gopa Vrinder. So that is how these gopis are. The Gopa Vrinda means all his friends, and then he's entering into Vrindavan, and gopis are remembering that form. So the whole idea is to absorb our consciousness that Bhishma was trying to iti me matir upakalpita, trying to fix his mati. He said, let me invest my mati, my thinking, feeling, willing into Krishna's form and this form. So when we read all these verses and we memorize and we understand the meaning, we can absorb our consciousness in Krishna mati. Ultimately, that is the goal, right? We have to bring that Krishna mati. And what happens when we get attracted to Krishna's beauty? Bhagavatam explains. I'll read this verse. This translation. It's a very beautiful translation. Just pay attention. It is from the 11th canto. He says, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is the reservoir of all beauty. All beautiful things emanate from him, and his personal form is so attractive that it steals the eyes away from all other objects, which then seem devoid of beauty in comparison to him. When Lord Krishna was on the earth, he attracted the eyes of all people. When Krishna spoke, his words attracted the minds of all who remembered them. By seeing the footsteps of Lord Krishna, people became attracted to him, and thus they wanted to offer their bodily activities to the Lord as his followers. In this way, Krishna very easily spread his glories. So this is the nature of Krishna's beauty. What it said? His personal form is so attractive that it steals the eyes away from all other objects, which then seem devoid of beauty in comparison to him. If anybody is attracted to Krishna's beauty, then all other beauty of this material world, either people or the things, we are naturally attracted to so many objects in this world. And sometimes you wonder, oh, so much attraction in this, in that, something, some subjects, some object, so much attraction. Attraction is not going. So the only way to get free from this material attraction is we have to get attracted to Krishna's form. Right? And when it is confirmed by Rupa Goswami also. Few days back we are reading this verse, right? Anybody remembers? We should learn this verse, a beautiful verse. It is quoted in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. This verse says, it goes like this. Smeram Bhangi Traya Barichitam Sachi Vistirna Drishtim Vamshi Nasta Dhara Kishalayam Ujjalam Chandrakena Govindakyam Haridanum Itakeshi Tirthopakante Ma Prekshistha Stavayadisake Bandhu Sange Stirangaha. So the gopis are talking among themselves. What they are saying? My dear friend, if you still have any desire to enjoy the company of your friends within this material world, then don't look upon the form of Krishna. If you have the desire to enjoy with your friends, family, don't look upon Krishna's beauty. Who is standing on the bank of the Keshi Ghat is known as Govinda, and his eyes are very enchanting, playing upon his flute, and on his head there is a peacock feather. His whole body is illuminated by the moonlight in the sky. So if you want to enjoy this material world, don't look at Krishna. He'll attract you. And once we are attracted to Krishna's beauty, then all other attraction will vanish. Right? And we have heard this many, many times. Now, the concluding part of our discussion today. We talk so much about Krishna is so beautiful, Krishna is so attractive, and if you are attracted towards Krishna, all other beauty will go. And the kind of description we read in the Bhagavatam, why don't we have that attraction to Krishna? We are attracted, no doubt. That is why we are all sitting here and talking and discussing this. But not this kind of attraction. That no other beauty can attract us. When you come in front of Krishna, Krishna attracts. Turn around and then so many things attracts. That is the kind of attraction we have. So why this kind of attraction is not coming? Should be the question. Right? So two things I would add here for understanding based on Prabhupada's teachings. Why we are not attracted to Krishna? Every day we are seeing Krishna, we are hearing so much. Still it is not coming. So the answer is very simple. Unless we develop the love for Krishna, we cannot have that attraction. We have many examples in the scriptures, the personalities who saw Krishna face to face personally, but still they could not get attracted to Krishna. Any example anybody remembers? Who saw Krishna but still no attraction? Duryodhana saw personally Krishna. Shishupal saw Krishna. Kamsa saw Krishna. So many people saw Krishna, right? But not everybody was attracted like this. Even that when Krishna was entering into Mathura, that washerman's story comes. He also saw Krishna. He did not understand who is Krishna. Right? Many people. Ravana, he was not attracted to Lord Ramchandra. Hiranyakashipu was not attracted to Narasimha, but Prahlad Maharaj was attracted in that form. So why some people are attracted and some are not? Should be the question. And that is the question. Right? So unless we develop the prema bhakti, the pure unalloyed devotion for Krishna, though we see Krishna, we hear about Krishna, still we will not be attracted. Because all our other attraction has not gone yet fully. So, as the Brahma Samhita confirms, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadev Hridayesh Vilokiyandi Yam Sham Sundar Machinta Swarubam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Right? Prem Anjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena. So, unless our eyes are tainted with pure love for Krishna, that love has to come, that bhakti has to arise in the heart. Then only when we hear about Krishna, spontaneously will be attracted to Krishna. Like the kind of description that we hear in the scriptures. Right? So that is the understanding here. We have another example of Haridas Thakur. He was so spontaneously attracted to Krishna's holy name. Krishna and Krishna's holy name is Abhinnatvam Nama Namino. There is no difference. It's absolute. So he was so attracted, so enchanted by Krishna's holy name. He took the vow of 300,000 names of Krishna chanting every day. Right? And he was getting older, becoming difficult to chant every day. And he was getting little ill also, not keeping well. And the devotees were concerned. He is not eating anything, whole day chanting only. And then when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got to know, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested personally. He's coming and is telling that Haridas Thakur should reduce your chanting now. You're getting old. It is not practical. But he was not ready to listen to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Say, no, my dear Lord, I cannot follow this instruction of you. See, you can say no to Krishna also for some things. Because so much attraction. Because they are in that loving devotional service. So unless somebody has this prema, that love, that devotion fully arisen, we cannot attracted to Krishna's beauty. So we are in the process, in the sadhana bhakti, slowly it is getting discovered, uncovered, our love for Krishna. So this is very special mysticism of Krishna. Krishna is standing right here, but person is not attracted. Next person is spontaneously attracted. Krishna confirms that in Bhagavad Gita. Anybody remember that verse? Krishna says, I have the right. What right do you have? Says, Naham Prakash Sarvasya Yoga Maya Samavrada. I have the right to not expose myself. Yoga Maya Samavrada. Krishna is avrata by Yoga Maya. So he may not give that attraction. He may not uncover that attraction to someone. Right? So one should become the pure devotee. Like that. Right? So how do we develop this attraction? Should be the question. So I'll explain, I'll end with this story. This story is in the Sri Rangam, beautiful story and very instructive story for all of us to understand how to develop that attraction. So there's this person in Srirangam who was attached to his wife, beautiful wife, and he was so mad after his beauty. And everybody in the town, they knew that this person is mad. He will not let even one moment to his eyes to go without looking at the beauty of that wife, beautiful wife. So one time when he was walking on the road, and wife was walking, and he was walking ulta, other way. Wife is walking like that, so you don't want to miss that time not to see the beauty. So he is walking ulta like this, looking at the beauty of the wife, holding one umbrella, covering her from the sun. And that time, there's one acharya from the Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, the Pillai, what is his name? Some name is there, the Pillai Acharya. So when he was going along with his disciple, and he was amazed to see that. So who this person, what is doing so shamelessly in the street? It was not still socially accepted in those days. Somebody is like Kuleam, doing all this. So he asked that who is this person, and they explained that this person is very attracted to his wife. So this Acharya, knowing that that this attraction for all this a lump of flesh and bones and all that matter beauty, it is actually not helping this person. So he took the compassion. At the same time, he could see the potential devotion. So he devoted so much to his wife. If this devotion little diverted to Krishna, his life will be done. So he took the compassion and he says, okay, let me go and help him. And he goes and he started conversing with this person. He says, what are you seeing? What are you doing? And what you are seeing like that, and like that kind of conversation. So he says, she is my wife, and nobody in the world is beautiful like her. So I cannot let even one moment go without seeing the beauty. So this Acharya says, you are saying that nobody is more beautiful than this wife, this lady. But I know a person who is more beautiful than this. He says, if somebody is more attractive than my wife, then show me that beauty. I want to see that beauty. So this Acharya says, if I show you that beauty, then you promise me that you will give up this beauty. He says, okay. He was so confident, nobody can be more beautiful than my wife. So then immediately this Acharya took him to Sri Rangam temple, where Ranganath is there. And then he goes and he said, now look at this beauty of Rangnathji. This person goes and stands in front of Rangnath, and he got so enchanted by the beauty of Rangnathji that immediately he realized, oh my God, I was so foolish. All through my life I was thinking my wife is the most beautiful. But now today I see the real beauty. And then he got attracted to the Rangnath, and then he forgot that beauty of the wife. Right? So some of us might have already heard this story. That how. But now question is, some of us might have gone to Rangnath. I have gone. Some of you also might have gone. Or if not Rangnath, Krishna we see every day. Why we are not forgetting all other material beauty after seeing Krishna's beauty? What is the answer? Very important point to understand. It is not within our scope to see Krishna's beauty. It is that Acharya, that Vaishnava Acharya, who could empower him, who could bless him to see Krishna's beauty. So if you want to see Krishna's beauty, we can never see Krishna's beauty. Krishna's beauty can be seen by the mercy, by the blessings of the spiritual master only. Bhaktivinoda Thakur confirmed this. Krishna se tomara, Krishna dite paro, tomara shakatiya che. Amito kangala, Krishna Krishna boli, dai tabe pache pache. Oye Vaishnava Thakur, Dayara Sagar, Dasa Karuna Kori. So that is the prayer that we should sing to Prabhupada. He is our Vaishnava Thakur. So he says, Krishna se tomara, Krishna dite paro. Krishna is your property. Prabhupada, you have Krishna. And somebody who has Krishna can only give us Krishna. So, Krishna se tomara, Krishna dite paro. Tomara shakati ache. By your mercy, by your blessings, I can have Krishna. Some attraction for Krishna. Amito Kangal. I am Kangal. I don't have anything. We are just talking Krishna, Krishna, but there's no real substance. But if you bless, then I can have. So, the sum and substance is we are talking about all this beauty of Krishna, and we understand that the goal of life is to get attracted to Krishna's beauty, to absorb our consciousness, like the Bhishma Deva is absorbing his consciousness. So that consciousness will be developed only by the mercy of a bona fide spiritual master. So if we pray to Prabhupada that Krishna, that Prabhupada please bless, give me some tinge of little attraction to Krishna, the real attraction. In talking we talk all big things. But real attraction means, as it is confirmed in the Bhagavatam, we are reading so many verses. What it says? That if somebody is attracted by Krishna's beauty, he'll forget all other beauty of this material world. Are we getting that kind of attraction? That attraction will come by the mercy of the Vaishnava Acharya Srila Prabhupada. So let us all pray to Srila Prabhupada that Prabhupada please engage us nicely, and whenever you wish, you consider us that we are qualified to have that attraction, Krishna will give, Prabhupada will give us. Right? So these are some of the thoughts on this verse. Many more points Prabhupada is saying, but I think we are already running out of time. Prabhupada is saying that Krishna is more pleased when he is addressed conjointly with his devotees. Right? So whenever we address Krishna, whenever we call out to Krishna, we pray to Krishna, we should always pray along with his devotees. And actually Prabhupada has instituted all these principles in our daily life. Anybody remembers? We glorify Krishna every day in connection with Krishna's devotee. Yashomati Nandana Brajavarana Gara Gokula Ranjan Gana. So all Gokula Ranjan, Yashomati Nandan, and Radha Madhav also we sing Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana. Like that. We sing that other song. So many songs. Endlessly. So the acharyas know this principle. They are always glorifying Krishna in connection with his devotees. Yashoda Dulala. Govinda Gopala. Like that we sing. Right? So we should always sing, glorify Krishna in connection with his devotees, and that pleases Krishna more. Okay? And with that glorification, we'll also receive the mercy of the Vaishnava Acharyas, the great devotees, and by their mercy, we'll also develop some attraction for Krishna. Okay, so the Bhishma Deva is praying beautiful prayers. We'll be talking more such prayers. We'll stop today's discussion here unless anybody has any question or any comment. Yes, bro. Yeah. So how to develop? At this point, when we are doing the sadhana bhakti purify your consciousness. And more we are purified, more we will be naturally attracted. It is just like the example is given of the magnet. Right? The naturally magnet is attracted to any iron piece. But if that iron is rusted, then it is not that strongly attracted. So we are all rusted. Like anybody remembers one time we took the session, the rust of dust, right? So we are rusted, but that rust can be removed by the dust. What is that verse? Mahat Pad Rajo Abhishekam. If we take the dust of the lotus feet of Mahat, the pure devotee, we are smeared in the dust of the pure devotee, in the dust of lotus feet of pure devotee, then all our rust will go. So the whole idea is we have to remove the rust. And then we will be attracted. So that is what is the process. Under the guidance of the Mahat, the pure devotee, Srila Prabhupada, we are following the process, chanting, reading, hearing. The only thing what we can do is now, we are already doing, we have to bring the quality now. So that the process becomes even more, the growth happens exponentially. Like that. So there is no shortcut. We sincerely follow, and by that sincerity we attracts the mercy of a pure devotee. And when their mercy comes, everything will fall in place. So we should not worry about that oh, when and how I'll get this attraction. At our stage as sadhana bhakti, we should worry about how sincerely I can follow the instruction, and then everything will fall in place. They know what is the best time. Right? Okay. Okay, let's stop here. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada